Welcome, flip clock fans. This video will detail 5 flip clocks that every serious flip clock collector should know about. We're going to look at when they were made, why they matter historically, and what you can expect to pay for them today. Some of these are extremely rare, and a few are surprisingly affordable. Let's start with the one that started it all. Clock number 1, the first flip clock ever made. For years, this clock was lost to history. Many collectors believed that the clock we'll discuss next was the first flip clock, but the truth is, this one came first. Using a design by Austrian inventor Joseph Pallweber, the German Lenzkirch clock factory produced the world's first flip clock in 1894. Yes, 1894! These clocks were incredibly ornate, which was typical of Lenzkirch craftsmanship. And interestingly enough, the very first flip clock was actually a pendulum clock. Price: astronomical. The last one I saw was priced at over $3,000. I probably should have bought it. Who knows what it would sell for now? These clocks are seldom seen. Clock number 2, the Plato Clock. About 10 years later, the idea of flipping digits resurfaced. In 1904, American inventor Eugene L. Fitch introduced the Plato Clock. German, French, and British manufacturers quickly produced similar versions, and these clocks were made until around 1915. Technically, the name Plato Clock was used mainly in the United States, but today collectors often use the term for any similar flipping digit design from that era. Interestingly, these clocks were considered novelty items and didn't sell particularly well, which is exactly why they are so collectible today. This design was actually revived decades later in the 1950s and 60s, with ornate painted cases, including a reproduction version of the original Fitch Plato made by the Hoare-Rollo-Var Company of Bronxville, New York. Early examples can range from $400 on the low end to $1,000 or more, especially for German and French models. A Hoare-Rollo-Var Plato clock without cracks in the base is surprisingly hard to find. This one in our studio is a true treasure. In good condition, I would value it at $300 or more. Clock number 3, the New Haven Time Flip. After the Plato clocks faded away, flipping digital displays seemed to disappear for about 20 years. Then around 1936 to 1939, the New Haven Clock Company introduced the New Haven Time Flip. These clocks feature beautiful wood and glass designs, and they look remarkably similar to modern flip clocks. But once again, the idea didn't catch on at the time. It was out during the Great Depression, and these clocks faded into obscurity. Price: today these flip clocks are very desirable. On eBay, you'll rarely see one listed for under $600, especially in working condition. Clock number 4, the Copal 101. This is where we enter the modern flip clock era. The Copal 101 was designed by Japanese designer Riki Watanabe and manufactured by the Copal Company. This simple, elegant clock helped launch the flip clock boom of the late 1960s and 1970s. Copal motors became incredibly widespread and powered countless clocks and clock radios throughout the decade. Remarkably, many of them are still running today. The minimalist design came in multiple color variations, and it remains one of my personal favorites. Price: expect to see these start at around $100, and clean examples can go higher. Clock number 5, the Howard Miller Cylinder Flip Clock. The final clock on this list is the Howard Miller Cylinder Flip Clock from Howard Miller Clock Company. I included this one because when it appears for sale, buyers and sellers often have no idea what it actually is, and when it was manufactured. The design feels like a throwback to the New Haven clocks, but it actually appeared around 1967, shortly after the Copal 101. It features a rosewood base and ends with a plexiglass cylinder which reveals a really nice surprise inside. The mechanism? It's the exact same mechanism used in the Copal 101, but the rotor has been painted crimson. They are simply gorgeous clocks. There are many more flip clocks that collectors should know about. If there's interest, I may make another video covering 5 more important historic flip clocks. So I'd love to hear from you. What flip clock would you add to this list? Let me know in the comments. Well, thanks for taking the time.